I am also really, really thinking that we are not investing in building enough. Brings us back to research and development, infrastructure. You know, yellow card. I saw them say Coinbase is in Africa now. Beautiful. I mean, how beautiful is it is for our market. Who owns the infrastructure of things that will be happening? That's one. Two. How many Bitcoin developers do we have? How many companies are investing in truly building and not going to end up being susceptible to APIs, and they'll start paying for just calls, etc., etc.
Yeah.
I think that there is an organization called BitTrust. Shout out to BitTrust and what they're doing. From Carla to
Carla,
BitTrust, they're really helping. But we are a country of 220 million. These guys are doing so much for Bitcoin, ensuring that we build Bitcoin in the open source way. You as a developer, how do you think that Nigeria, the ecosystem, the builders, the random P2P guy, the exchange founders, and even the fintech owners, the ones that have contributed immensely to the development of our fintech infrastructure space, that have invested so much money, what do you think they should be doing right now? What should the conversation be? What should be accelerated? What should be shoved when it comes to developing infrastructure that would not allow us play the back role upon what this whole Bitcoin thing is going to do to the world?
Okay. So I think first things first, we need to talk about what Bitcoin really is.
Good.
If you look at Bitcoin itself, it's like a payment infrastructure on its own.
Good.
Because you don't need any intermediary.
You don't.
I can send Bitcoin, you can receive Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer electronic cash. So simple.
So if you look at what's happening within the fintech space, you need to try to build infrastructure. You need to build connections to different banks.
It's so fragmented.
Yeah, it's fragmented and all of that. But I think that what even comes to what we're doing
right.
at Zone. Because we're a blockchain-based company. We're working within the financial sector.
Zone, right?
Yeah. And the cool thing actually is this: when you understand that there's already an infrastructure, and what you just need to do is plug into it, it more or less enables you to scale very quickly. So Bitcoin already exists. People are already transacting on Bitcoin network now, with or without a bank, with or without a wallet. It's so fascinating because the first time I used Bitcoin, I had to download the whole blockchain and download the wallet.
Oh wow! So you want to know?
But now if you just
that's interesting. You felt free. You felt like, I am a central. I am an open source bank that cannot be debased, right?
That
was how I felt when I first interacted with Bitcoin.
You get
downloaded.
I was just okay, yes. So this is it now. So I could do transactions and all of that. So that's an infrastructure on its own. So I think for me, I feel the narrative should be, how do we leverage this infrastructure? How do we plug in our systems to it? How do we more or less say, okay, you know what? We have seamless on-ramps and off-ramps from Bitcoin, right? Imagine my off-ramp actually could take me 3 to 15 seconds. I'm trying to use Bitcoin to pay for something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lightning network.
Liquid.
We can even
very liquid
create,
and all of that. So that should be the focus of the narrative. How quickly can we get off Bitcoin to our fiat so that we can use it to do the things we need to do? And that's what came up with Bolt actually. Bolt is the fastest P2P solution in the market now. Yeah, you don't need any individual in between and all of that. So the cool thing actually is that we are there already, but we just need to change the narrative a bit.
We are there where?
We're there already.
You are there.
Where are you?
We are not there.
We are.
I'm just optimistic, actually.
No, let's create the. No, I'm not trying to fund or FOMO, however you want to say it. Create the most sincere atmosphere. Look, we are not there.
Yeah, so
we are not there. So you as a developer,
yeah,
I'm putting it to you on national TV now. How many of your developer friends have interacted with the Bitcoin Core protocol? And I would ask you to, I'm not putting you on the spot, I'm just going to ask you, have you interacted with the Bitcoin Core protocol?
Yes, I have.
And what does that make you how does that make you feel as a developer, not just as an individual? You told us how you felt as an individual, but as a developer, and then what is happening in your ecosystem? Because I know that we have very little or no Bitcoin developers in Nigeria. We have a
That's
few.
what I was coming to.
We have a few, but we don't have an ecosystem.
Mentioning you're a developer, and I'm like, how many people are even?
We have a developers ecosystem. Lots of developers are in Nigeria. Shout out to all software developers in Nigeria. Working at the biggest companies in the world. But what I'm saying is, besides what they're doing at Carla to BitTrust, right? Shout out to all those guys that made that happen, right? How many? What else do we have? We need.
Can we
2, 3,
compete
4.
with those numbers that we have?
That we have? There are Bitcoin companies everywhere. There are fragmented developers here.